About 65 miles south of Fairbanks is a little town called Nenana. This is on the Parks Highway. We're coming up on a bridge here that is a native memorial bridge, and for some reason it was given a second name to honor Shirley Dementieff, who was a native activist from Nenana. I don't know why they gave it two names. I don't know why they couldn't name something else in honor of Shirley. In the town of Nenana, as soon as you enter at the visitor center, they have a display about this bridge, why it was named for the natives, and exactly who it honors. This bridge here is a spot where you can view McKinley up ahead. I call it Denali, as do many other Alaskans. Denali is the Athabascan word which was used for the mountain before some guy came up here and named it McKinley. He did it just to gather political attention towards a candidate that he liked. And William McKinley himself never even visited Alaska, so Alaskans have been trying to get the name changed back for quite some time now. Here's the sign commemorating the bridge and the Alaskan Native veterans. Because this bridge actually does link two different Native groups together on the south and north of the Tanana, it was chosen to symbolize that all of the distinct cultures of Alaska natives and non-natives are bridged by their common service to the country. You can see the Nenana Ice Classic tripods as you pull in to the visitor center. The one on the left is steel and not original. The one on the right is wooden and original. This totem has no color on it. At one point it probably did, but native culture prefers to just let the totems fade and they don't keep up on them. They want them to go back to nature. Totems are honorary to individuals or to clans and can sometimes hold the ashes of somebody in the top. Or they could even be used to smack talk another person. The totems can be carved by numerous carvers, but the most skillful carver carves the bottom, so the low man on the totem pole in the village is actually the one who carves the top. And the sod roof of this visitor center is typical of houses and cabins in this area. This is the Taku Chief, which was a wooden tug. It was the last commercial wooden tugboat to go up the Yukon and Tanana River basins. The sign says that it began its career in 1938 and after 7 years of service was requisitioned by the CAA for use on the rivers of the interior. So in 1956, she joined the fleet of Utana barge lines, and finally on July 18th, 1978, she was condemned. So this was her last port in Nenana. So they put it here as a tribute to the heartbeat of Alaskan transportation. And the word taku means a gust of wind. It's certainly easy to see why it was condemned after taking a few peeks inside. Next to the Taku Chief is another monument. This one is for the Alaska Territorial Guard. The plaque reads that during World War II, under the leadership of Major Muktuk Marston and 21 paid staff, 6,368 volunteers from 7 Native ethnic groups and European Americans, whose collective ages ranged from 12 to 80, and included over 30 women, watched the northern shores of Alaska for enemy movement and were instrumental in the Battle of Attu. And the Battle of Attu was a foreign war battle fought on domestic soil. What we're looking at here is a wooden fish wheel, which is sat in the water while the current spins the wheel around. It scoops up the fish as it spins. The fish slide down through a chute and into a basket that's kept in the water, so the fish stay alive until they are picked up. This is the tripod. This is an original wooden tripod that went down on May 6th, 1977, when the ice on the Tanana River broke. It's part of the Nenana Ice Classic. The Nenana Ice Classic is a lottery where a correct guess as to the exact date and time of spring breakup could win a significant amount of money. The tripod has a tripwire attached to a clock to record exactly when the river begins flowing. The Ice Classic is nearly 100 years old, and Nenana is the only place where you can buy tickets for this lottery at any time of the year. So this area is actually called the Nenana Mini Mall. It was overgrown, and I couldn't tell when it was last used. Perhaps for previous summer celebrations. We have a cabin here called the Art Lovers Gallery. The next one is for native crafts and furs. One is called the Bargain Corner, and the last one is the Sweets and Treats cabin. At the end of this boardwalk is an old trapper's cabin. The trapper's cabin was originally located 90 miles downriver at Minto. One thing I've noticed about many of the old trappers' cabins is that they were very short. I don't know how tall the trappers were, but they obviously didn't need very tall buildings, and I suppose that would be handy for keeping warm, keeping that heat down low. And that door was probably shorter than I am, and I'm 5'3", so I'd say it was probably about only 5 feet. The town of Nenana is the location of the start of a race called the Serum Run 25. It's named for the diphtheria serum that arrived from Anchorage by train in Nenana, where a dog sled team and musher traveled to Nome to deliver it to the sick village. This was in 1925. That is what inspired the Iditarod, which runs from Anchorage to Nome, but the Serum Run dog sled race starts in Nenana, and it's a way to keep people informed about their health care and inoculations. The name Nenana is Athabascan, and it means a good place to camp between two rivers. I found a little horseless carriage that was sitting in the weeds. I don't know the story of it, don't know how old it is. It looks like somebody tried to restore it a little bit, and now it's just been sitting there. The villagers here who joined the war effort in the 40s came by foot and snowshoe, dog sled, or riverboat. Then they had to take the train up to Fairbanks where they registered for the draft. Then they were sent back down to Anchorage to Fort Rich to start their training. They used the river to haul fuel up to the Galena Air Station. The ulu is a very sharp rocker-like knife originally used by natives. Here are some Nenana fur prices. They're pretty typical for Alaska. Gray wolf is $750, coyote $199, the wolverine is $1,000. And that says Tripod Days 1977. The tripod in the picture is the same one that is standing behind this display, the wooden tripod, sitting on the ice back in 1977. These boards have a lot of really nice photos depicting some great moments throughout Nenana's history, but the plexiglass around it is completely broken. The photos are exposed to the weather. They're not in the greatest shape right now, and I, for one, would like to see this little area in Nenana restored somewhat. Here's some photos of the popular Yukon Quest. It's the second most popular after the Iditarod. The Yukon Quest winner for 1987 was Bill Cotter from Nenana. And there's some pictures here of him crossing the finish line. I wasn't in Nenana for very long. It was just a short stopover on my way back home from Fairbanks. So I didn't get to explore all of the shops, and I believe there's a museum. And you can watch the barges load up with supplies to go off down the river to the villages. I'll be stopping in Nenana once again next time I go up to Fairbanks. So hopefully the next time I'm there, the Nenana mini mall will look more like a mini mall and not so much like a ghost town.